It's the second round for the NTT Data IndyCar Series here at Tampa Bay in Florida for the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. This is all of the action from last Sunday's race, commentated live by myself. Sit back and enjoy the highlights from the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. So here's the grid then for the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Colton Herter lines up on pole position. He's on the alternative tyre. The same goes for Jack Harvey. Then we get Joseph Newgarden third and Simon Pagenaud fourth, both starting primary. Alternate for Sebastian Bourdais, Pato O'Ward starting on the primaries. 7th for Venus VK, 8th for Scott Dixon, both starting on the alternate. Graham Rahal, 9th, and Alex Palou, 10th, both starting on the primary tyres as well. Alexander Rossi, 11th, James Hinchcliffe, 12th, primary tyres. Ryan Hunter-Reay starting on the alternate on 13th, alongside Scott McLaughlin, who's on the black-walled primary tyres. Drop further down as well, Takuma Sato and Marcus Ericsson, both starting on primaries. Felix Rosenquist, primary. Romain Grosjean starting on the alternate on his first street track race as well. Connor Daly is 19th along on the alternate tyre alongside Will Power on the primary. Ed Jones and Max Chilton are both on alternative tyres on row 11, and row 12 sees Jimmy Johnson starting on the primaries and Dalton Kellett on the alternatives. We are moments away from the green flag being given for the start at the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. And that is Sebastian Bourdais, who was momentarily stuck in the pit lane. He's managed to leave, but will only get one warm-up lap. So the 14 car of Sebastian Bourdais for AJ Foyt Enterprises is back indeed on the track as they're beginning to form up for the green flag procedures here at St. Petersburg in Tampa Bay, Florida. The safety car will come in. They will all form up, and then we will get the green flag. In the UK, it's coming up to 22.6. Over there, it's coming up to 1 o'clock. The cars are beginning to form 2 by 2. Very Noah's Ark. Colton Herter in the number 26 Andretti alongside the pink 60 car, the Meyer Shank Racing for Jack Harvey. Coming out of the last corner, it's hot, it's humid, it's Florida, it's Tampa Bay, it's St. Petersburg. The green flag is being prepared. And the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Pete is underway. Good start. Joseph Newgarden going to the inside. Trying to look on Jack Harvey. Harvey goes to the outside. Trying to get through Colton Herter. Into turn 1. A little bit of bumping and brawling. Simon Pagenaud getting involved in there with Sebastian Bourdais. It's all clean so far. Into the crunch point now. We are getting off the long runway of the airport. Onto the surrounding streets now. Down towards turn 5 and 6. Already cars looking back. Ryan Hunter-Reay almost clipping the back of Scott Dixon, but thankfully everybody through safely. Riding with Alexander Rossi right now. He's looking good up there. The first of 100 laps ahead of us is underway. Good start from everybody. Good clean start, which is exactly what was needed. Harvey's already got to get a 1/10 of a second advantage up to Colton Herter at the moment as he screamed past the waterfront of the Dockland area. Already further on going back. There looked to be a move further back as well. All getting very cold sunned up in the moment as well. That was Venus VK looking on Pato O'Ward. There's Simon Pagenaud now. Pagenaud has got Bourdais all over the back of him. Lap 1 complete. Is there going to be any moves down towards turn 1? It seems to be a favourite overtaking spot. 4 opportunities. Nothing so far. Okay, good start. Herter leads 1.1 seconds to Harvey from Newgarden, Pagenaud, Bourdais, VK, Rahal as well. Then we get further back Rossi, O'Ward and Dixon completing the top 10. Hunter-Reay 11th, Hinchcliffe is 12th, Sato, Palou, Ericsson is 15th now. McLaughlin 16th as well. McLaughlin started this race in 14th place. He's got down 2 places. 13 drivers started on the primary tyre, 11 on the alternative. So pretty much half of the field very much separated down the middle as 99 laps to go here at St. Petersburg. It's been a good start as we ride with the McLaren Arrow Schmidt-Peterson of Felix Rosenquist. He's already made it longer than he did last weekend as well. Herter leads the way by, at the moment, a good distance. Right, here's a replay of the start. Newgarden looking to the inside of Jack Harvey. And then already Bourdais lunged it up the inside and just love taps the back of Newgarden and the side of Simon Pagenaud. And Bourdais had to get the place back. He was almost forced into the wall by Pagenaud. Meantime, further back, Scott Dixon was getting involved as well. He was closing off. Well, who did Dixon start alongside? It would have been Venus VK, Graham Rahal as well. As that's another move going on. If I can get my words out, VK trying to go around the outside of Bourdais on the third lap of 100. Was it going to pay off? Bourdais keeps 5th place. VK down to 6th. What a great start here at St. Petersburg. So Sebastien Bourdais got told over the radio as I take my glasses off. The fact is that he's reporting no damage to the car. However, I can see something flapping around on the front wing of Bourdais. Now, he is going to either have to change that in the pit stop when we get round to it or lumber around it for the rest of the race. Meantime, Colton Herter is setting lap after lap after lap of fastest. 1:02.019 now, his best lap. We're riding with Graham Rahal right now. Running in 7th place, the number 15. Looking strong as Dixon makes a move up the inside on the Pato O'Ward and gets through. So Dixon to P9, Pato O'Ward down into P10. O'Ward, who could have won 7 days ago, but just couldn't find the right strategy, was changing left and right, really started to have the effect, and it cost him in the end. It's lap 5 of 100. Dixon leading the way. And unlike when we were on a proper racetrack at Barber Motorsport Park, St. Petersburg is a street track. It's lined with perimeter roads around one of the airports here as well. The start-finish line is the runway at one of the airports as well. It gives you an idea of the size of this place as well. Here in St. Pete, Florida, we're at Tampa Bay, and this is a replay on board at the start with, and there's a front wing damage. So there is definite front wing damage. The front camera, the front nose cone camera of Sebastien Bourdais was taken off when he hit the back of Joseph Newgarden, and the camera has come loose and is flapping around. And that camera is not owned by IndyCar, it's owned by NBC, who put them on there. So NBC paying out the big bucks already on the 6th lap here at St. Petersburg. So let's take a quick look at the push to pass here on the streets of St. Petersburg. 60 horsepower boost. You can use it for 115 seconds in total. Every time you push it, it is 15 seconds worth of maximum push per push. So you push the button, it's 15 seconds off at once, but you can use like 2 seconds, 1 second. But you can only hold it for 15 seconds maximum as the field races on around us as well. 93 laps to go here at St. Petersburg. Colton Herter leads the way from Jack Harvey and Joseph Newgarden. Colton Herter actually getting 2.201 second advantage. That's very, very reasonable at the moment as well. Very thought out, very methodical here at the moment for the IndyCar Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. The hashtag for this event is the Firestone GP as well, but it is the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg, our second Grand Prix on the calendar as well. We're riding right now with the 27, Alexander Rossi. Unless I'm going to make a little bit of a fool of myself. He's running in the midfield at the moment. And Rossi started P11 and is running on the primary tyres at the moment. And he is stuck right behind Graham Rahal at the current moment. So they've all got to hurry up a little bit. Rahal moving left and right, actually. He's running in, and that's Venus VK we're looking at now as well. Running in the 21 with Rahal just behind him. You can't miss Rahal's car, and the Rahal Lanigan Racing cars. As they're all just streaming round on the track. Rahal actually going to make a little bit of an attack run on VK. We ride with him now past the yacht club. Beautiful sunny day here in Florida. No matter what time of the year you come here, obviously because it's Florida, but it's so sunny, it's so nice. Wind's up a little bit today though, so it's not completely free running in terms of it's all great, it's all not. There's still a lot of changing, a lot of manoeuvres going on around there as well. 91 laps to go, and Rahal's going to pull to the outside. VK goes to the inside to try and defend. Rahal going to try and slung it round the outside through turn 1. Doesn't work. Backs out of it. Rossi's looking very quick now further back and joining the fight. I think it's Scott Dixon. It is Scott Dixon. He's joining in, as is Pato O'Ward down in P10. Very close action as they run through the streets here of St. Petersburg. We look down. Rahal continuing to close that gap. Can he ever go for the overtake? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars in the form of VK, Rahal, Rossi, Dixon and O'Ward, all in a battle with each other. So coming down from pit road, there was Connor Daly. So Daly's gone for the pit road. Meantime, Rahal up the inside of VK into turn 1. He's got the inside line. VK outbreaks him though. Rahal has to back off a little bit. So that was Connor Daly pitting. He's put on the alternative tyre, the red tyre as well. And Daly started on alternate and he's just put alternates back on. So I don't know why he's done that. Hoping for a yellow, but not really the smartest move out there if you want to change positions a little bit too much. Meantime now, Rahal is dropping back into the clutches as well of Alexander Rossi with Dixon just behind him. So it's all still go here. And this is Graham Rahal. He's won here once in 13 starts. He's finished in the top 5 twice. He's finished in the top 10 5 times. He's actually led here for 21 laps in total. So Rahal doesn't have a great record here, bar that one win a couple of years ago. There's Colton Herter, the race leader from Jack Harvey in the pink 60 car at the moment for Meyer Shank Racing. But Andretti lead the way on a day where in Formula E, the BMW I Andretti Autosport cars. So Andretti already won the other big race of the day here in Formula E with Jake Dennis. And now they're looking to win the race here today as well for the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg in Florida. This is Rossi on board, currently going through. Everyone's still in a train, waiting for those opportunities for different pit stop strategies to appear. Oh, and Jimmy Johnson is off down at the last corner, and he's trying to select reverse. He's just nerfed the front wing once again. Looks like he's got damage as well. This could trigger a caution. Now, we've seen a lot of drivers over the years fly off down in the last corner. It's not impossible. Right now, no caution has been thrown, and he's on the radio. I can hear him. He's trying to select reverse gear. They're telling him how. He's flat spotted the tyre big time. And I think he's out. Now, they can refire this car. If he stalls it, the marshals can refire. Grosjean pits. So Romain Grosjean pits. And as does Rosenquist and Power. They're all coming down pit road. And he is really struggling over the radio now. Power in, Chilton in as well. And there's no caution thrown yet. So all these pit stops are happening under green flag conditions. Everyone pitting now under green. Grosjean, Power, Rosenquist, Chilton, they're in now. All going to change over. Now, Power started this race on the primary tyre. He's going to put on the black alternate. Dixon as well. One of those starting on the opposite tyres as well. Getting out of the pit lane is going to be tricky. Grosjean almost into the back of Power. And Carlin coming out now as well. No sign of the pace car coming out though. The Honda Chevrolet, not the Honda Chevrolet, it'll be the Honda Civic Type R. And this is what happened to Jimmy Johnson. Coming down to the last corner at turn 15, just locked up through the gravel and a light tap into the wall. There's no wing damage. There's no suspension damage. If he can just get reverse, he'll do it. And Colton Herter, the race leader, finding the limits around the track in one of the replays, ever so slightly brushes against the wall. So it is a local yellow out now on the track. No sign of the full course caution that we see. And now it's been called. Full course caution has now been thrown here at the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg for the first time today because Jimmy Johnson's car is stuck. He cannot get reverse gear. I almost feel like that was a curse of the commentator, and I promise you I am commentating on this live because I've got live timing on me as well, different camera angles up in the commentary box. I promise you 100% that was live. But a little bit of a curse of the commentator. The caution's thrown as now on lap 18 of 100. We have to wait. Is this going to trigger a pit stop? No. Colton Herter keeps out on the track. So no need to come in there. and change over. And what is that black strip? At turn 9, there is marbles at the exit, or some form of tarmac has come up at turn 9. Someone's hit the barrier at the entrance at turn 9 because the advertising boarding's gone. But there is a long strip of black line at the track at turn 9. And we had the track come apart here a couple of years ago. And yes, the asphalt has started to come up. Now that's covering and keeping one of the drain covers down. It's starting to come up. This could trigger a red flag because obviously it's going to be the downforce and the ground force of the car is going to be ripping up the covers easily. So we might have a red flag here for track repairs, but the original course of the caution is for Jimmy Johnson, who has stalled after hitting the wall. Now they've pulled him back. They're going to restart the car, and he'll get going again. Absolutely no worries. But lap 19 here, and it's all going off for the Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. No sign of anything else happening. So, caution out. Everyone's still waiting to see. Colton Herter has now caught the pace car, as has Jack Harvey. They're all beginning to form up. And if that track repair is severe, they will throw a red. No doubt about it. That track repair is severe. They will stop the race. I'm now watching an onboard on one of our other camera angles of Simon Pagenaud, or as I've been reliably informed by Tom Gaymore, Simon Pagenaud. And he's just running around at 8 miles an hour as well. Alexander Rossi, I think, doing the same. Obviously, they've all caught the pace car. Rossi, I think, is actually... We're on the onboard camera angle looking at him now. Here's the other image. 26, Colton Herter. And the 48 of Jimmy Johnson has refired. So now they'll all bunch up. Chilton pits. And Jimmy Johnson saying on the radio, I can't see it, but I know I hit the barrier. Looks fine to me, the front wing. Come in and change tyres, possibly. But there is the safety truck being returned. Speedboats in the background, jumping up over the waves as well. Fantastic party atmosphere over there in Florida. It may be still COVID, but everybody's came out and... respecting the social distancing and the COVID protocols. It's a party atmosphere anywhere outside in sunshine. Limited grandstands full here, of course. It's nice to see them. And right now, we've lost all telemetry data from the track. It's back now, as it still triggers the full course caution. So, no sign at the current moment. The safety car been out for 4 minutes. As we're just running around on the track. A little bit of interference I can hear in my ears. Hopefully you're not hearing that either. Lovely shot of Florida there in Tampa Bay. Baseball stadium. Fantastic country, this. Absolutely fantastic country as well. Can't wait until Formula One gets back there as well. And Formula E going there. Question mark over whether MotoGP will make it over. Ed Jones pits. And still in the pit lane is Max Chilton. Again, he's gone 3 laps down now. Jimmy Johnson pits, finally. He's a further 5 laps down on the running order at the moment. So Chilton 3 laps down at the moment. We're under caution here at the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. And we're waiting to see more about the track repairs at turn 9 and whether or not this race will get restarted on time. Caution over, track seems okay. Green flag back out here at the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. Colton Herter leads them across the line, down towards turn 1. Big lock-off from everybody, down towards 1. And that was Dixon getting involved as well. He locked up. Meantime, Bourdais locked up, almost running to the back as well. Now, this is where they've got to be careful. Yellows breed yellows. They've got to remember that as well as Rahal sends it right round the outside of Venus VK into the braking zone. Marvellously done. Meantime as well, Rossi trying to get through on VK. Not working as they come through the stadium sector of the track. Everyone still being very calm and at least very considerate early on in this race start. But on board with Rossi, a double lock up into the braking zone. Not what he needed at all. And Herter's pulled out 8/10 of a second already. Jack Harvey's 1.1 second behind, mainly downwards, I think, from round about VK down, where the order is still being mainly contested and affected out there. What a great restart as Dixon lines up the inside line as well, trying to get past Rossi. Down the airstrip as well, towards turn number 1 again. And VK's just a little bit too far ahead this time. Chilton's still in the pit lane. Looks like more damage there as diving up the inside as well. Sato makes contact. Oh, the 29 nearly off into the wall as well. That's even worse news for James Hinchcliffe. Sato threw it up the inside and barged Hinchcliffe off, and Hinchcliffe's got a problem. Has he got a puncture? What has happened here? And yeah, it's got a puncture. So Sato dives up the inside and gives a puncture to James Hinchcliffe. The front right tyre has gone, and this could trigger another caution. And Sato, often called a dirty driver, that wasn't just doing him dirty there. That was pulling a knife to help him. That was pulling a gun when Hinchcliffe had a knife fight. Dove up the inside way too late. No attempt really to turn into the corner. No evidence there that Hinchcliffe knew where he was. That was so poor and a half-hearted move from Sato, ending in disaster for James Hinchcliffe. He's now going to have to navigate back to the pit lane without a front right tyre. All punctured up here. Sato, surely a penalty incoming. And it always looked like he turned into him as well. And Sato's tyres, no power steering on these cars either. As power under pressure now from Romain Grosjean round the outside. And they get hit. And Grosjean touches the wall. At the same time comes across the track as well. And almost hits Dalton Kellett. And that's going to damage the suspension as Grosjean hits the wall coming out of the last corner too. Robin is racing, I see, but wow, aggressive restart by these guys. Colton Herter leads the race at the moment. And Grosjean hits the wall again. Grosjean hits in the wall again as we still see these guys bunched up together as well. Dixon right behind Rossi as well as we approach turn 15 into the braking zone once again. This is where Jimmy Johnson went off the track. Luckily, though, he manages to get it all back together again. Scott Dixon, last year, started 11th, finishes 3rd. As now, same time, Ray Hall, trying to look for a way through on Bourdais, and that is Hinchcliffe coming out of the pit lane, a lap down, right in the middle of the field. So Hinchcliffe now a lap down, going to have to navigate back that way as well. But he's got caught up with everybody. His Pagano goes to a move, Newgarden turns in as well. That's a difficult part of the track. Ray Hall goes right round the outside. Respect as well to Hinchcliffe, giving him as much room as possible there. And it's a very aggressive restart here at St. Petersburg. Diving up the inside, Sato gets the move on Ryan Hunter-Reay and goes through. Nice little move on the inside. It was a little bit aggressive once again, but he's racing against Ryan Hunter-Reay. He's very well informed around here. He has had previous victories here. So it's a good start so far. Dixon now setting off now to try and get through on Venus VK. Rossi's passed VK, as I said. So now the field beginning to come alive with action. Here's a replay at the moment. This is how he did it. Rossi right round the outside. VK almost forcing Rossi into the wall at the side. Great little manoeuvre there from Rossi. That is an Indy 500 winner at work. Rossi almost into the wall. Rossi was just a little bit squiggly coming out of turn 7 and now into the swimming pool section, you could call it. There's a lake alongside as well, and the river and the sea. Wherever you want to go, there's some form of water surrounding this Florida track. As now as well, Ray Hall tries to go right round the outside of Bourdais. Bourdais keeping it to the inside line, keeps the position. Ray Hall incredibly angry. He wants to get through. He is almost punishing himself trying to get through on this track. He's pushing left and right, trying to find a way through, but it is just not working at the moment. Fantastic action here for the Firestone Grand Prix of St. Petersburg. I don't know why I keep repeating the full name of it as well. Through turn 8 and 9. This is where Rossi nearly lost it a lap ago. Keeping it together. Herter leads from Harvey, Newgarden, Pagano, Bourdais, top 5, as you can see on your monitor. 74 laps to go. It's VK downwards. There's a massive train of cars between each other. I'm almost saying it's from VK all the way down, I think, to willpower. So that is a total of 10, 11 cars. Massive train. As now Scott Dixon in the run, pulls to the inside down towards turn 1 alongside Venus VK. VK breaks late. Dixon breaks a lot later and gets through. And already Pato O'Ward nearly taking off the front wing there. Fabulous couple of corners from Scott Dixon. And now Pato O'Ward trying to go through. Pulls to the inside. Sells him a dummy. Looks to the outside. VK defends the inside line down towards turn 4. Through 5 and 6 now. Through the city centre. Back up on the track. Jimmy Johnson returns to the pit lane. I think Max Chilton's out of the race. He hasn't left the pit lane in 9 laps now. So another bad race for the young Brit in the 59 car. For Carling Racing as well. On board still with Pato O'Ward, who dives up the inside of turn 14, surprising VK, and goes through. At the same time, there's a move further back. Hunter Ray gets passed by Marcus Ericsson in the Hershey chocolate car as well. Fantastic couple of corners. Moves starting to come back here. And further back, movers further back as well. Chim Ganassi, Alex Palou on the inside. Unfortunately, we've got a three-way fight going on the inside as well. Ray Hall trying to go on the inside at the same time. Oh, and VK getting swamped right now. Unbelievable. And look at that. O'Ward gets sent wide. Ericsson goes through. Same time further back as well. Scott McLaughlin getting past Ed Jones. It's changing. It's swapping. It's balmy racing here. Couldn't see half of that because NBC decided to put a stupid sticker on the screen. But still a three-way fight down to turn 1. Incredible action as I catch my breath for a second. Right, Rahal's got through. Rossi's got through. There's the 30 Asato. Here's VK. Ericsson right behind VK. Ericsson looking to the inside. VK defends. Pato O'Ward dropped back down to P11 though. Mind. And Ericsson is getting very aggressive out there. He's looking for a way to go through. He's trying to almost force a way through. VK, who's done 30 laps right now, hasn't stopped, comes into the pit lane, and that releases now. Hunter Ray goes through too. Hunter Ray pits as well. Wrong people to focus on, because looking at the front, Ericsson had a go to get through. Pato O'Ward in trouble too. So O'Ward stays behind Marcus Ericsson. As finally VK turns off those alternative tyres, puts on the black primaries. A lot of splash and dash fuel as well out there as well. Meantime, Ross, and that is Ryan Hunter Ray coming up behind him. Slow stop though for VK, so that cost him a second, as Hunter Ray was 4.3. So more fuel in there. Big slide as well from Alex Palou in the number 10 car. Currently in the blue livery this weekend. It's changing, it's swapping, it's drama. Lap 30 of 100. Newgarden's taken second. Newgarden has passed Jack Harvey. So Joseph Newgarden, the man who caused the opening race crash on lap 1 a week ago at Barber, has now taken second place away from Jack Harvey. Now the battle can begin as well, as Simon Pagenaud tries to have a go at Jack Harvey for that third place on the podium. This time, no longer in the high-vis colours he was a week ago. Pagenaud in a gold-coloured car at the moment. I would almost call it rose gold as well as he flashes round the track. Brilliant couple of corners here. And this is absolutely on it. Down towards turn 1 is a position I think he'd go for. Out of the last corner. Fire it down now. No power steering, but you have got push to pass as you blast over 160 miles an hour. Pagenaud looks to the inside, going to send it late on the brakes into turn 1. Jack Harvey knows he's there. Harvey gives him a room. Pagenaud bounces over the curbs. Still no going through there, though. It's going to take another lap, maybe, to get through on P2. Simon Pagenaud looking to move on the inside down to the turn 14 area of the track. Not going to go through, but Pagenaud is getting incredibly aggressive almost with Jack Harvey. Almost put it into the wall as well. He got on the curb. We're watching on board with Graham Rahal now. Trying on the back of Sebastian Bourdais. Pagenaud's got a much better exit out of the last corner. Down towards turn 1. Is he going to go for the move? I can't see. He's in the wheel tracks as well. Pulls to the inside. Pulls back in as well. Down on the airstrip. Late on the brakes. Crossing tarmac. He's back over now from the concrete to the tar for the different asphalt levels of the track. It's incredibly bumpy. It's a proper old-fashioned street track this that used to get in Formula 1 back in the 80s. It's incredible to watch the battle go through. So, still Harvey holding on to third place. Now the train is behind Jack Harvey in all this as well. And Herter's now got 2 seconds to Newgarden. That was 4. A lot of track drama down at turn 9 as well. Through 10. Down to 11. Ray Hall looking for a way through on Sebastian Bourdais further back as well. Not paying off. It is so close right now. Maybe this time they'll get a run. Into the braking zone. Into T15. Swing it back around. Down now, and Harvey pits, as does Bourdais. So Harvey pits, and Bourdais, and Scott Dixon in, and Pato O'Ward. So they're all going to take the opportunity to pit under green flag. Let's see who's the luckiest. Bourdais starts first, takes off the red alternative. The black primary goes on. A lot of fuel going in as well. Slight adjustment on the front wing on the left-hand side. A lot of adjustment, actually. Now he gets the signal to go. Bourdais a little slow to react there. That's going to allow Jack Harvey to keep his position out on the track a lot. Dixon's going to drop back a bit. O'Ward is having a very long stop here at the moment. Fuel going in. How much fuel? 5.6 seconds worth as he leaves the pit lane last overall as well. Almost touching the pit exit as well. And causing a puncture. Race leader down pit road, as is Joseph Newgarden. That's going to give the lead to Simon Pagenaud. He is yet to stop, though. So, Pagenaud takes the lead. Herter pits as well. Looks to be a clean stop. The black primaries go on. A lot of fuel going on as well. He was almost rolling before the fuel was taken out. Newgarden slow at the exit as well. At the rear as well. Sliding, almost making contact with several of his pit crew. So he now retakes the leader spot at the moment. Pagenaud, the new leader from, apparently Colton Herter, but I can't believe it's not Rossi. Rossi is P2. Yeah, it's Pagenaud, Rossi, Palou at the moment. And let's see how long Pagenaud can go. He was on the black primary tyres, the same tyre he started with. He's gone 36 laps coming up on these tyres as we're about to start lap 37. Lot of grading on the inside front right, and he's boxing this lap. So really no difference between how far the 2 tyres can go. That's encouraging for the teams to know that. If they want to run now more on the red alternatives towards the end of the race, the degradation is still pretty much the same and still good. The Australian gold coloured car of Simon Pagenaud. A lot of fuel going on. Another black set of primary tyres going on now for the Simon Pagenaud and the Team Penske. Alexander Rossi in now as well from P2. Can they get Rossi out ahead? No. A lot of problems on the front rear as well. The rear tyre still stuck. That's a long stop for Rossi. Long stop. It's got to drop him back. So it's the winner from last weekend. Alex Palou for Chip Ganassi Racing. Now leading the race at the moment as Rossi's going to have to defend from Rahal down towards turn 4. They're going to make contact. They do. How do they not end up in the tyre wall? Oh, they puncture. They're in the wall now. And he's got a puncture. Rossi with a puncture after banging wheels with Graham Rahal. Rossi fresh out of the pit lane with a puncture. Rahal finds reverse, gets out of it, but it's going to be another caution because Rossi has got a flat tyre. I think the engine's dead as well. It sounds like it's on tick over if I take that over as well. Can't find reverse. Tyre's flat. Either Rossi's out of the race or it's going to trigger another caution. Palou pits. He's going to get a free pit stop here. Colton Herter, I don't think has taken the lead just yet, but there's no sign of a caution. Brake fire at the rear are now for Alexander Rossi. He's desperately trying to find reverse gear, and now he gets it, but that was the same rear. It's the rear left where we had trouble in the pit stop. It wouldn't go on. The gun wouldn't connect. He's got it going again now, but he's come out right in front of Joseph Newgarden. Newgarden goes through. He's running P2. Rossi with the puncture. Gets it going. No need for a caution. They got lucky. But can he get it back to the pits? Herter leads from Newgarden after the pit stops at the moment. And well, this is getting worse. There goes Simon Pagenaud. There goes his teammate now. Almost takes his teammate out of Jack Harvey. Wow, the same sponsorship at least. My goodness. Colton Herter leads on lap 39 of the race. Rossi's managed to get it back to the pit lane. I think that was Dalton Kellett running right off the track at the moment. It was, yeah. Kellett running off the track, getting out of the way. He's running P3 at the moment. I don't know why he's felt the need to get out of the way. He's locked up and gone straight on. So the AJ Foyt Enterprise car losing positions seemingly willingly. Tyres changed on Alexander Rossi's car. Front wing as well being changed as he's managed to get it back to the pit lane in the end. And let's keep an eye on that brake fire as well at the rear. Wouldn't have gone out as much over the past couple. And Rossi now is released from the field. He gets to go back out onto the track for another run. And he says, let Dalton Kellett through. So Rossi's now stopping, letting Dalton Kellett go through. He's done that now. That's Colton Herter, actually. So it wasn't... Yeah, it wasn't Dalton Kellett. So, yeah, Rossi is being told over the radio, let Dalton Kellett through, but he's right down in... Kellett's pitted. That's why that information must be a bit old. Kellett's just come into the pit lane, as you see. I think, actually, Max Chilton is an official retirement from this race. I can't see him returning after 21 laps down as well. He's very much out of the run. Rossi now through the section of the track. I saw the accident happen on the iPad as well, which has got the app on, and it was just a silly little manoeuvre on the inside. It cost him everything as well. That's what hurts the most. It did cost him everything. Colton Herter leads the race at the moment here in this race. Running down towards turn 1. A lot of trains forming once again, which is becoming the pattern. Jack Harvey has got Pagano in front of him. Then we've got Dixon running very close with Sato. We all know how that works. Sato, an aggressive racer when he wants to be and needs to be. It's close stuff here. The entire field separated by around about 30 seconds. 54 laps remain then here at the Firestone Grand Prix. And we've got Colton Herter leading the way by 7.5 seconds to Joseph Newgarden down in second at the moment. He's got a further 5 seconds himself to his teammates of Team Penske with Simon Pagano. And they're all still flying out there on the track. A little bit braking, a little bit distancing. We're watching Newgarden at the moment. Dalton Kellett just set a new personal best as well the last lap, a 1:02.743. And this is Joseph Newgarden touching the wall. A quick replay shown on the NBC screen at the moment. They're on ad break, but the replay is still in action. I'm grateful for that. For those, because they know that Sky Sports F1 are watching live, and people like me are still watching the programme, like yourself as well. But this is a highlights show with more radio commentary. But Newgarden just touching the wall, not damaging any of the suspension. The car looks perfectly straight away down the start-finish straight. I would love an onboard, but we haven't got one at the moment. A lot of graining already. They've only completed a couple of laps on those tyres, so can't believe the amount of graining already for Newgarden. He's on the primary tyre. Sato, Ericsson, McLaughlin, O'Ward, Palou, Power, Rahal, Hinchcliffe, Rossi, Johnson, all those are on the alternative tyres at this current time. Everybody else running on the primaries. Now, the alternate is the red wall tyre. The primary is the black walled tyre. So just remember that as well. The action still... I would say we're in the middle half of the race. We're coming up on half distance. 50 to go will be 50 and 50. 50 out of 100. So 50-50 either side. And it's just becoming a little bit more processional. And of course, IndyCar, unusually here, going up against NASCAR in America. Usually their races start at different times. Not today, though. And NASCAR, arguably, have got one of their biggest sporting races of the year at Talladega. I watched Talladega Nights, the Ballad of Ricky Bobby, the other night as well. Fantastic film. It's so funny. So, IndyCar at a street track going up against NASCAR Talladega. Who do you think's going to win? Colton Herter leads with 52 laps to go. The field very much uneventful at the moment. Right now as well, Scott McLaughlin trying to go through on the outside of VK. Ericsson has passed VK, so Ericsson's taken P8. Now VK's vulnerable. Scott McLaughlin can see that. He wants to get through as well. McLaughlin, Team Penske, Ericsson, and Chip Ganassi Racing, VK, and Ed Carpenter Racing. Three big giants in the IndyCar world at the moment. And McLaughlin, who made his debut here at the last race of the year. He's still classified as a rookie for this year, though. It's his first full season he's entered. The COVID-19 pandemic meant that he couldn't come over from Australia to America until the last race of the year here in Florida. So this is the first track he's been to twice in his IndyCar career, and he's loving the local knowledge. However, he did end at turn 1 in his last race of the year. Contact with VK at the same point last year. Now these two running on the track once again. Meantime, further back as well, Pato O'Ward and former teammate Alex Palou at the moment. Alex Palou now at Chip Ganassi Racing. VK is at Arrow McLaren Schmidt Peterson. Running with McLaughlin. Looks like it's just settled down a little bit more. Nobody going for an overtake just yet. Clouds coming in as well from one of the angles. Now the onboard camera looks very dark and cloudy. The offboard cameras look bright sunshine. But it does look like there's cloud blowing in off the coastline here at St. Petersburg. 47 laps to go. We have passed half distance here at the IndyCar race at St. Petersburg. Jimmy Johnson coming into the pit lane now. Max Chilton out of the race, almost officially now. Still actually, I'm just looking at the monitor as well. He's only classified in the pit lane. The car is no longer in the race. So yeah, he's now been finally officially declared out of this one. 46 to go. Completed that in under an hour. So this hour and a half race looks like it will be. Jimmy Johnson leaves the pit lane now as well. Finally. I have to put my glasses on ever so slightly to see the timing monitor as well, because it's in the distance, but it's black and white, and it makes your eyes go funny after a while looking at it. I'm sure it's the same one here, actually, that you're watching as well. So it just makes your eyes go a bit funny after a while. But everyone at the moment having a strong session. Strong race coverage. Ryan Hunter-Ray looking a bit under pressure as well from Will Power. Power actually right at the back has got Rosenquist in the McLaren there. Still, only one caution in this race. Everything else has run green flag conditions, which is even better. I always get worried when there's a dramatic zoom out. I think there's a car in the wall, and my curse of the commentators happen again. There's no zoom out, though, at the moment. Everything was good. Looking at Colton Herter, however, and looking at his previous... this is the stat pack that IndyCar give us at the start of everything as well, including where everyone is in the pit lane. We've been flicking through and forward that throughout the race. But in terms as well of Colton Herter and his previous appearances here, Colton Herter... I'm looking at the monitor now, trying to find his name. 2020, started 3rd, finished 11th. But in 2019, started 11th, finished 8th. So he's been on the podium here last year at the season end. He's never won this race before in his young rookie career. He's only ever won 3 times. First win as well at the Circuit of the Americas, I think it was 2018. Magical race as well for him to win out as well. I was watching at that point... not doing the commentary, and it was absolutely fantastic. Dave Burns is on the monitor at the moment with the pit reporter at NBC. Don't know why we're not watching the live race, but I've got several other cameras up here in the commentary box. It is a bit like Sky Race Control. I've got the streaming monitor, the laptop, the iPad, a message monitor and the timing, and the pictures up here as well. So it's easy to see things on the track as well. Simon Pagenaud is running right behind at the moment to Joseph Newgarden, gap 8 seconds, but right behind him he's got Jack Harvey, so Harvey looking good as well. Sato's actually running up with Dixon, so let's have a look and see where Sato is on the monitor. Sato is closing up on the back of Scott Dixon at the moment. It does look a lot darker out there on the track. It's very weird. Turn the brightness level up on the iPad and it's still the same. There's a lot of dark moisture on the screen. There's a lot of clouds coming around as well. It's a very bizarre situation here. As right now we're watching, we've got the inside. There's Dalton Kellett being passed, I think. I hope it was. We're on board. And that was Colton Herter lapping Dalton Kellett. 43 to go here at St. Petersburg. So Colton Herter leading the way with 38 laps to go. We're on board with him right now in the Andretti Autosport, looking to make it a double today, as I said earlier, after taking victory at the Formula E race in... Oh, hang on a minute, I'm going to interrupt myself as well because I'm going to move further on back. Pato O'Ward coming under pressure from Alex Palou down to turn 1. And Palou trying to look through in the NTT data car, sliding the rears left and right as well. No power steering these cars. It's amazing they can thrash them between the walls of St. Petersburg so well. As I said earlier, to go back to my point, Andretti won with BMW's Jake Dennis earlier on today at the Valencia circuit. Brain fades for what I was commentating on. Everyone at the moment just so competitive, wanting everything they can possibly to race with right now. And we're watching the battles right now. Palou has gone through on the inside. Backs out of it. O'Ward stays ahead. Now, the red tyres, the primary tyres, are very much worn on the NTT data car at the moment. But he's going to pull to the inside. Pato O'Ward can do nothing about it. And he's going to try and hold it around the outside. Palou holds the inside line. Can't do it. Yes, he can. Slides through. O'Ward jumps back. Brilliant manoeuvre at turn 1 between the pair of them, keeping it well done. So Alex Palou to 11th. Pato O'Ward now down to 12th place. And remember, every driver who finishes gets a point. So no points on the board, it looks like, still for Max Chilton. Even worse at the moment. Next races, though, coming up. And it's going to be an interesting one, because it's a double-header next time. The Genesis 300 and the XPEL 375, all at Texas Motor Speedway. We have 36 laps to go. Colton Herter, the race leader at the moment. Will Power on the inside, getting through on Pato O'Ward. So now Pato O'Ward beginning to drop back. Will Power moves up the order into P11. And now Palou got through. Power got through. O'Ward now under pressure on those red tyres because he's got Rosenquist, Grosjean and Ed Jones all on the black compound tyre. All running right behind. Amazing. Pato O'Ward being told, let us know what you need for black tyres on the front. He's saying, just leave it. The car's not working as it is. So O'Ward's very much frustrated. The rear sliding so much at the moment as well. Bourdais just dropping back onto the monitor here. And really, it's Rosenquist who's going to fly past unless we see a pit stop for Pato O'Ward this lap. And we are seeing a pit stop this lap now. So Pato O'Ward from Monterrey in Mexico, the 2020 Indianapolis 500 Rookie of the Year. 2 poles in his career. Now comes down pit road, surely to take off the red alternate tyre to put on the black stripe primary tyre. We're waiting at the moment to see if he is going to do so. It's a long run. Yes, it is the black tyres going on. So the black wall tyres, the primaries now. This should be his last stop of the race. A long fuel load to take him, though. It's still 34 laps to go. It's lap 67 of 100. But Pato O'Ward, 9 seconds in the pit lane. He's the first to stop. He should be good to the end, but keep your fingers crossed. Lap 67 of 100. 34 to go as he gets over one of the bumps. O'Ward at the exit and almost went into the wall on the straightaway down towards turn 3. O'Ward's pushing at the exit here. Sato pits, Bourdais pits, McLaughlin in the pit lane, Grosjean add that to the list too. Sato having a good run right now at the moment as well. All of them desperately trying to keep out on the track. But Alex Palou just set the fastest lap of the race, so 101.457 as green flag pit stops come in. Sato was 7.5, Bourdais at 10.8. McLaughlin still struggling to get going at the moment as Grosjean now pits. McLaughlin over the line was 14.7 seconds for McLaughlin. The race leader pits. Okay, ding dong. And Newgarden pits too, so the top two in the pit lane. Grosjean was in there for 10 seconds. Right, let's see what Colton Herter's going to do. He's on the black primary tyres at the moment. It's going to be another set of black primaries to the end of the race. A lot of fuel going to go in here. Scott Dixon is going to take the lead of the race. I don't think he's going to run back out. And look at that! Herter gets out just before Newgarden dives into the pit stop. Newgarden losing no time. Seamless there between Andretti and the Penske running order. Wasn't even deliberate, but it's going to cost him a couple of tenths of a second. Newgarden, 8.9 seconds in the pit stop. Pagenaud out there now as well. Pagenaud looking quick. And yeah, Pagenaud apparently a second pit stop. Harvey 3.9. That's still got work to do. Ericsson pits as well. Pagenaud out of the pit lane now as well. Rahal and Daly in. All changing tyres. All starting that ball rolling and changing here at St. Petersburg. Scott Dixon pits. Colton Herter takes the lead of the Firestone Grand Prix here. And now Alex Palou in the pit lane too. So Herter again takes the lead for Andretti Autosport. The two cars at the moment, Chim Ganassi changeover. Aero screen tear off going on. Front wing change as well. Looking good. They're going to release him into the path. Oh, and they release Dixon into the path of Alex Palou. And the officials won't like that at all. Car spun. Is that Dalton Kellett stopped on the track? Who was that? One of the cars stopped on the track there at the exit. Not sure who that was. Kellett's still on the track somewhere circulating. Although, yes, it is Dalton Kellett. I was absolutely right. Dalton Kellett stops at the exit at turn 1. Now, this might actually have to cause a caution. And that's going to benefit everyone who hasn't stopped yet. But I think they all have. I think they've all going to benefit from it. So, yellow might come out here. Right now, we are running green at the Firestone Grand Prix. And yeah, Dalton Kellett has stopped. He was running 21st. That's going to promote Rossi up the order as well. Brakes now on fire as well from the front there. I'm hearing team radio. Is there anything on this side? No, can't say anything. The car has stalled. I'm hearing nothing in my earphone. Dalton Kellett with his visor up. And this looks pretty much over. This might trigger the caution, you know. I'm waiting. IndyCar are going to have to throw it. It's right in the slap bang where the pace car is in the pit exit. No way to recover that car without a caution. And you just can't leave it there. A car has a violent accident. He's in the wall. Kellett, I hope isn't going to get out. That would automatically trigger a caution. 30 to go. Colton Herter leads. They're coming up now to the last corner, turn 15. Herter already sliding around a little bit too much. I'm seeing absolutely no sign at the moment of this pace car. The flagman not doing anything. It's not, well, this is the problem as well. Kellett's not on the racing line. He's literally just off it, but it's a big distraction for the drivers. Wonder what they're going to do. Leave it there? A bit dangerous. It's very dangerous, in fact. I wouldn't do it. I'd throw the caution. Get everyone back. Although it'll bunch the pack back up. That's the problem. It would bunch the pack back up. Alex Palou then, running now after that stop, down in 11th place. Surely he and the team are going to complain that Scott Dixon was released directly in front of him, causing problems. And of course, another thing they can't think of as well, race control. Kellett can't get out of the car. You're asking a driver to stay in the car for another 28 laps in the middle of a Florida sun, in fireproof overalls as well, with the aero screen that cooks you. They'll be on the radio right now saying, can I get out yet? No, sorry, you've got cars all over the track. I'm looking. There's no opportunity for him to get out of the car. The cars are just going to constantly keep coming. There's no gap on the track, on the timing monitor. They are going to have to throw a yellow. I can see no way about it. I wonder why it's taking so long. Herter leads, Newgarden, Pagenaud as well as Harvey. And it's Newgarden, a much better race than what he was last weekend, where he was off at Barber, crashing and spinning in the middle of the field, picking up several cars, including race leader Colton Herter. Pair of them having a better race than last week. Full course caution is finally called, and I don't know what race control are smoking to take them so long to react to that. But that should have been a caution 2.5 laps ago to get Dalton Kellett out of that car. So, oh, that's not triggered the caution. That's not the reason the caution's been triggered. We've got a car backwards on the back straightaway, and it's Jimmy Johnson. So with 27 laps to go, Jimmy Johnson has spun, and it's triggered the full course caution. And really, I think Dalton Kellett owes Jimmy Johnson a pint here because he's allowed him to get out of the car. They'll now get rid of Dalton Kellett's car as well. Jimmy Johnson's resumed the race, and this is how it happened. So coming out of one, Kellett's car, Kellett was climbing out of the car anyway, so the stewards told him to get out. But coming out of four, that's what I was on about, hits the bump and just flies into the wall, hit the front of the car as well. So broken nose as well, for sure, on Jimmy Johnson's car. This time it's going to be broken. Yeah, it's broke. Rear suspension might have a bit of damage as well. So Jimmy Johnson causing a second caution in this race. His third time causing a caution for his spin. He spun last week as well on the track. And they're going to take this opportunity maybe to sweep the track and get everything together. 27 to go. We're under caution here. 26 laps to go here at the Firestone Grand Prix St. Petersburg. We are under our second caution of the day after Jimmy Johnson made a little bit of a 180 on the track and brought out the full course caution. But it has allowed Dalton Kellett, who was stopped in the runway gap between the exit of turn 1 and the exit of the pit lane, so the infield section, to get out of the car because the stewards were just happy to leave him there. The stewards were just going to be happy to leave him there until the end of the race. And that is unsafe. And I think I'm a bit actually ashamed, really. I'm very much ashamed of the group there. That's not the way to go about things at all. It was dangerous. It was silly. It was not the right thing to do. So we're still under the caution. Joseph Newgarden just set his personal best, actually, on a 101.826 before that flag came out. And they're all now just waiting for this safety car to come in. Shouldn't take too long now that they're gonna sweep the track. We understand they're gonna sweep the track in some parts, which I think is a interesting call, an interesting decision. Makes sense, but we're gonna see exactly what it means for the racing in a couple of moments' time. We'll wait until we go back to green then. Fans in attendance, a Grand Prix of the Americas hat there on Formula 1. I can't see the date on it actually, but we're all getting ready to go. Hopefully when we come back, the race will be green. Right, here we go again then. Colton Herter going to lead them to the green flag once again. Coming out of the last corner. Green, green, green. The race restarts. Herter leads the way. Newgarden looking for movement to turn 1. Dixon's on his own as well. Passionate touches the back. Dixon nearly getting passed as well by Takuma Sato. But everyone through turn 1 and 2 cleanly. I am delighted to say no need for another full course caution. They've swept the track just a little bit, which is okay, but it's great news for you, it's great news for me that this race is back underway with 24 to go. No more future pit stops. Ray Hall, Hunter Ray, Daly and Johnson all pitted under that caution as well. They have made their last stops of the afternoon, and now the real battle begins out here as Herter is got just less than a tenth of a second actually to Newgarden. They are so close together right now on the track. It's almost pushing each other round and round and round, constantly changing, constantly having a go as well. Great stuff here. And look at Newgarden's coming into the last corner, tries to go on the high side, didn't pay off. Now, in the toe, push to pass activated as well. Not available on starts or restarts, except with less than 2 laps to go. So now he's allowed to use the push to pass now that the race has restarted for more than 1 lap. Colton Herter still holding on at the back. Newgarden's going to have to go for a lunge. Meantime, I think Ericsson having to hold off on Bourdais further back. Not too sure they got the move done. Looks okay so far. Herter is holding off Newgarden with 23 to go here. Great restart. car in the wall. There's a car in the wall at the exit, and that is it. The 18's round as well. That's even worse news. Ed Jones is round, and the full course caution is brought out for a third time today. And he is backwards coming out, I think, at turn 4 and 5. He's in that little sneaky section. Yeah, turn 4. Down in turn 4, just onto the track map behind. He's spun round, he's lost it as well, and that's brought out the caution. Let's take a replay. So Hunter Ray's on the inside as well. Further back, I'm looking. Oh, he goes for a move and hits the side of Hinchcliffe. Oh, and then gets swiped in the back as well. I think by Rosenquist. It could be. I'm looking at the monitor. Well, he got absolutely sideswiped. Yeah, it was Pato O'Ward, actually. So it was my first assumption. It wasn't Rosenquist, it was O'Ward who's dropped further back. So O'Ward's clambering into the back. Poor old James Hinchcliffe. He's been everybody's assault weapon today. Constantly in the wall. They're now changing the car back around as well. Safety car leads the field through, and there's a tight call there. I don't like the look of that. Marshals are pointing everybody to go the extreme long way round. The drivers are blindsided here. They know there's a car there. Just no marshals, please. Everyone be a bit safe out there. That's very close. Brakes now going to be on fire as well after running around so long. We managed a total of 4 minutes and 50 seconds. 4 minutes, 55... No! 3 minutes and 55 seconds before the second caution came out. So, let's go through the running order. It's Colton Herter, Joseph Newgarden, Simon Pagenaud now third. From Jack Harvey, Scott Dixon, Takuma Sato in the running order as well. From Marcus Ericsson, Sebastian Bourdais, Venus VK. And then Scott McLaughlin goes 10th. And the radio to Ed Jones saying that at the moment, the pressures look good, the car looks good. We're going to restart and we're going to get going on the back on the lead lap. They're already a lap down though. Then 11th, we'll see Will Power, Rosenquist 12th, Palou 13th, Grosjean 14th, 15th on the board for Hunter Ray, Rahal 16th and O'Ward 17th, Conor Daly 18th, 19th Ed Jones just got going again in front of me. It's all been refired, he's got going. James Hinchcliffe 20th, Alexander Rossi 21st, Jimmy Johnson 22nd, Dalton Kellett's out of the race, as is Max Chilton. So only officially 2 retirements in this race so far. Everybody else still running. And now it's a question of when the safety car will come in. And we will go back to green flag running. At the moment, caution's out for the 3rd time today. Let's hope it's not another 10-minute caution as it was last time. We literally got a full course caution at 7 o'clock UK time. And it went in 6 minutes and 25 seconds later. So let's hope it's a quick one as well. And we can head back to the green flag. Your race leader, Colton Herter. Okay, so we're just seeing a replay here at the moment. Ed Jones running into the back of Pato O'Ward. And then we're seeing now Ed Jones flying up the inside, hitting James Hinchcliffe. And then Pato O'Ward just completely going, nope, bye, banging to the side. Frustration or nowhere to go from Pato O'Ward there. Very interesting. Let's have a look on board with O'Ward. Did he actually aim? He's right alongside. I don't think this would have been deliberate at all. Ed Jones goes for a move on Hinchcliffe that he knew wasn't there, locks up, and just had nowhere to go in a way, did Pato O'Ward, although it was a lot deeper into that corner than I thought it was. Caution still out though here, and hopefully when we come on to the next fade, we'll have the green flag. Okay, here we go again as Pato O'Ward is in the pit lane. He's going to lose a couple of laps here. There's big damage on that McLaren, so that's even worse news right now. But Colton Herter is going to lead them through the last corner. Coming up then for the 4th time today, Colton Herter leads them to the green flag. We are back racing here in St. Pete's. That red flag only took another 6 minutes, so it's about the same as the other one. Not that long left in this race at all. 17 laps. Meantime, further back as well, Will Power going for a move on the inside of Scott McLaughlin. Power trying to hold on. McLaughlin's race came to an end right there with 17 laps to go just 4 months ago. All holding off this time, though. No one going for any silly manoeuvres, unless you're Sebastian Bourdais looking on the inside trying to get through on Marcus Ericsson. Through goes as well Felix Rosenquist. Rosenquist are on willpower now. Power dropping down a couple more positions as well. It's all go here. Palou 13th at the moment, holding off from Roman Grosjean. Entire field not separated by much. And that, on board with Rosenquist, was Scott McLaughlin getting a rear tyre into the wall as well. Not handy there, or that one. Green flag still out though. Pato O'Ward has now left the pit lane with a brand new front wing. I'm just shaking there because the camera looked like it was almost on the track, it looked like there at the moment as the cars were flashing towards it. And Scott McLaughlin had a big wiggle along down into the last corner. 16 to go. Here's the replay. He just got a little bit of oversteer and with no power steering just slightly kisses the wall. And that's rear damage hopefully limited there. Herter leads Newgarden Pagenaud with 16 laps to go here at St. Pete. Power dives up the inside and does a lovely move on the inside of Venus VK down on the waterfront at turn 11. VK is going to be angry about that, but look at this. It's got Scott McLaughlin right on the back as well. McLaughlin trying to get through a move. Not going to work off. Rosenquist right there as well. Alex Palou just behind. Very close to comfort here. Good move. 15 to go. 12 to go. Coming up on 11 to go here. And this is the battle. The top two have now separated. It's Colton Herter and Joseph Newgarden. Colton Herter has 83 seconds of push to pass left. Joseph Newgarden has 74. Newgarden using a lot with coming up on 10 to go as well. But of course, for Colton Herter, we mentioned earlier on in the broadcast, hasn't won here before, was on the podium last October on the 25th in that last race. However, that race was run by the guy in second, Joseph Newgarden. In fact, Newgarden won in 2019. He won the season opener here. And then he won the season closure last year when he was racing Scott Dixon for the championship. Dixon got the championship, but Newgarden got the race win here at St. Pete. He's looking for a hat trick of wins on the streets of St. Petersburg. Herter looking for his first. The battle is on between these two. 4/10 of a second at the moment. Coming up on 10 to go as well. It is incredibly close at the moment. It's incredibly enthusiastically exciting as well as they come over to start. 10 to go. And it's going to be who blinks first, who makes a mistake first, who's going to look to the inside first. It is close stuff here with 10 to go. I've lost picture up in the commentary box. In fact, we're losing several pictures up here and the commentary box as well. Herter leads from Newgarden. Pagenaud, thank God I've got secondary monitors up here so I can take a look at the battle. Pagenaud running in third place, actually. Pagenaud is right between these two on the track as we have action back on as we 10 to go. Not sure about any commentary at the moment, but I'm watching from Simon Pagenaud's point of view. The gap there, 4 seconds, but you can just see little flecks in the distance of where he is. So it's good stuff going well here so far. Coming up then, 9 to go here at St. Pete. Coming up, 10 at the moment. 9 is across the line. Herter versus Newgarden. Who is going to win at St. Petersburg? 9 laps now. 4 laps to go here at St. Petersburg in Florida. Colton Herter leads the race still from Joseph Newgarden by 1.807 seconds at the moment. He's pulled out that gap. He's used quite a bit of his push to pass. Newgarden now with 56 seconds remaining. Colton Herter is on 63 seconds left. So they're starting to close the gap between them at the moment. That's the crucial thing as well. 19 seconds left for Jack Harvey. Is almost going into the wall there was Colton Herter. A little bit too far enthusiastic out there on the track, but a wonderful example at the moment of the sheer determination that he's got. Herter leads with Newgarden in second. We're coming up to the closing stages of this race here. A long, grueling day. It's getting exciting for Colton Herter, who looks to equal his dad on 4 victories. Coming into the last couple of corners then with 2 laps to go. We will go with Colton Herter as we come up to take the white flag out in the air. It is the last lap of this race here at St. Petersburg. It got close, didn't it, with a couple to go, but it seems magically, somehow, it's going to go the way of Colton Herter. He took the pole position. He started on the alternative tyre. He finished third here last year on October the 25th. And just a few months later, he's going to win his fourth race ever. He won at the Circuit of the Americas. He won at Laguna Seca. He won at Mid-Ohio. Now, for the first time, he's going to win on a street track down to turn 11, past the harbour front as well. Colton Herter with his dad, Brian Herter, over the radio. Brian only ever won 4 races in his whole career. His son, at the age of 21, equals, like father, like son. Colton Herter now wins for the 4th time in his career and equals his father with 4 victories in the IndyCar Series. Joseph Newgarden denied doing the hat trick. He finishes in 2nd. 3rd goes to Simon Pagenaud over the line as well. It's donuts all round for Colton Herter in front of the field. And who can blame him? What a race. Green flag to checkered flag every lap. Fantastic race. Beautifully done. And what, oh what, will come next? Honestly, is he now a championship contender? He moves up to 3rd place in the standings on 62 points. He level with Will Power and he'll just be close to Scott Dixon. Palou still leads the championship on 67 points. He leads by 2 to Dixon and Power. Herter on 62. 5 points back. The marbles have gone all over the car. But Colton Herter wins from Joseph Newgarden and Simon Pagenaud. What a fantastic race! A fantastic race then. Colton Herter matching his father with 4 victories in IndyCar. The next race gets underway on Saturday and Sunday in the UK. You can watch that live on Sky Sports F1 and you can watch all of the highlights from those races on Wednesday the following week for a double bill. Back-to-back action for rounds 3 and 4 of the season as we head over to the Texas Motor Speedway. The championship is hotting up. Colton Herter, the young pretender, can now finally match his father with 4 wins. He's won on ovals, he's won on street circuits, he's won on road courses. He is the real deal. Can he take the title? Join us in Texas to find out. Bye for now.